Audio is high. I thought I deleted that from here, but okay. We're back. Thanks for sticking with us. We're here. We're gonna get this game underway fairly shortly. Smashley, I know, is mad because I don't have the right logo on for everybody. I know I need to. This was a last minute kind of thing. So,
All right, I think we're good to go. Yeah.
let's just do it. Just send it. Full send. Full send. Smashley, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you know it is what it is. Spanky, thank you for your support. You'd be the only one, and that's okay. So we're back. Let me know how the audio levels are. But we have our second match of the day kicking off. We have Los Verdes and EC Defiance. Both teams kind of placing down at the bottom of the season last season, down at the table. But of course, it's a new season. Anything can happen.
Yeah, a new season, and we did see Los Verdes in particular, a team that was bottom of the table for most of last season, did find their groove once they brought in Devin, who we do see running in today's lineup for Los Verdes. So yeah, a battle of some of the worst teams last season. Let's see if they can turn it around and give us a better performance in season 8.
And we do see a new face here for EC Defiance. It is going to be Parks. Parks 121. He's going to be new for the EC Defiance team. Honestly, I can't remember who he actually replaced, but nonetheless, I played with Parks quite a few times, kind of just in like some Tourney Tuesdays that the boys over at Cascadia RL put on. And he's actually a really good player, so I'm super excited to see how he fits into this EC Defiance team, as both teams kind of trying to feel each other out so far. But and I also want to point out, we've mentioned this about 50,000 times probably on SGL, but I'm gonna say it again for all the new fans. And Luis can correct me if I'm wrong, but don't we have a father-son duo out on the field today?
Yeah, Bustin' Cider, as you can see on your television screens, gets the first goal for Austin FC and Los Verdes, and yes, he is a father. And yeah, his son is on the team. I want to say it is Devin. I'm pretty
I
sure.
think it is Devin. I think it is.
Yeah. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is Devin. So Bustin' Cider opens the scoring up in the series, and great sign for Los Verdes. An even better sign as Palace finds the net. Bustin' Cider usually is the worst link on the team, and if he's scoring goals, you gotta like your chances if you're Los Verdes.
And I'm sure they've been practicing in the off season. As I need to reset that. There we go. We're so back. We're so back, everybody. It is Devin. Thank you, chat. Smashley still being mad at me because he's always mad at me. But yes, okay. So nobody's changed from EC Defiance. So the roster is still the same. They've just made the addition of Parks to this coming season, which is obviously a boost for them. So super excited to see. And of course, one of my favorite players in SGL and of course in that Cascadia RL server is going to be Mr. Birdnana, who's gonna put them on the board to start us off here in season 8. Birdnana, also shout out Birdnana's mom. I think she's watching too. Special shout out to her. We love Birdnana, and he's gonna score the first goal for EC Defiance in the new season.
Yeah, Bird Nana really capitalized on a pretty bad double commit there from the boys from Austin, and yeah, they needed that goal because it wasn't really looking too good for them. But that's going to give them a lot of confidence to get back in this game.
Absolutely, yes. And as Smashley points out in the chat, a lot of us are going to be at the Timber Seattle game on Saturday, so that'll be exciting. There's a ton of the EC boys going down to the game in Portland, and of course I will also be there, so that'll be fun. But that's just a personal tangent, I guess, as Devin's going to try and get the 2-goal lead back for Los Verdes, and they do. Devin connecting with Palace, and if you're a Defiance fan, that is not the duo you want to get going.
Yeah, that just shows what Devin brings to this team, and he's a player other than Palace that can create a goal out of nothing. Great pass off the backboard, and great read by Palace there, David, to get the third goal for Los Verdes. Yeah, I love to see that. One thing that you'll notice in this series, and I was meaning to point out in the last series, is we have a bunch of different cars that aren't just Octanes and Fenix, which is really fun to see. I know Toadeth is notorious for his Masamune, yeah, I always like seeing different cars that aren't like the competitive mainstream Fennec and Octane. So really enjoy seeing the diversity of cars in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I did mute myself, so my apologies. We're back though, as Palace is gonna get a shot on target with Birdana coming up with a big save. But yeah, just to echo your point, yep, you've got Toad Death in the Masamune, you've got Parks and Smashy both with Dominus GTs. You've got Green Mario in the Lamborghini, and I can't tell what Birdman is in. I can't quite tell. Maybe when we get onto a player cam, I can tell a little bit. And then of course, yeah, who did we just see from? Oh, it's Bust Inside, or what is that? What is that? The Jaeger?
It's
So.
funny because I have AK hours in this game, and I literally don't know the names of like half the cars in the game. So, yeah.
So I think that's the Jaeger. Um. Now I
So
need to
honestly,
double your volume, Luis. That's crazy, bro. All right.
uh, yeah, and speaking about doubling, I don't know if David Palace meant to do that. I think he did have an open net, but decided to go for a touch off the backboard. But 4-1 to Austin. This is kind of interesting. I mean, last season I can't remember a game in which Los Verdes played in which they even had a 3-goal lead ever. So this is great news if you're a Los Verdes fan.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, they've once again they were at the bottom of the season last season. They brought in Devin kind of maybe a third of the way into the season last season, and they just really took a turn for the better, which is really awesome to see. Unfortunately, they didn't quite get the results that they wanted the rest of the season, but they started playing better, and they started, truthfully, in the first part of the season, they were a team that, oh, we're just playing Los Verdes, it's fine, everything's fine, to a team that's like, oh, we're playing Los Verdes, like, they're a sneaky team, we're going to have to be on our A game if we, want to take care of business. And so they, of course, are going to take game one of this best of five and start on the right foot in their new campaign.
I want to say this is the first time that Los Verdes have a lead in a series. Actually, that's not true. It's at least one of the first times this early on in a season in which they've had a lead in a series. So congratulations to them on that. And yeah, great showing from them. Palace dropping at 600 points, 3 goals, really showing out for his team in the way that we know he typically does. And Bird Nana as well on the opposite side, dropping 450. Really showing out for his team. Yeah, great first game in this series. I look forward to the next ones.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, shout out Birdana. He's one of my favorite players in that Cascadia RL server, for sure. So once again, I'm just gonna keep shouting him out because he's the best. So yeah, we're gonna get into game two here, here momentarily. Hopefully Luis doesn't crash again. We're knock on
I
wood.
will
It's
crash.
oh okay.
Yeah.
I'm just manifesting that you don't, but I sucks I guess. Um,
Yep. Shout out Epic Games. Great game.
Great game, great game. Unfortunately, we just still put too many hours into this game. So, but nonetheless, we're gonna get. Oh, he did actually crash. That's hysterical. We're gonna get into game two.
Yeah,
As
so apparently guys, there is a bug in the game right now. So if you do create your own lobby and you are the first or you hit spectate, you will crash. So shout out Epic Games. Lovely stuff.
lovely stuff. You've officially left the lobby. Um,
All right, good to
do
go.
we have?
Oh, he got in just in time.
Okay, we've got three.
The last second spawn in. So we're good to
Lovely.
go, yeah.
We're good to go as kickoff's gonna go neutral. We'll see what adjustments EC Defiance can make as Birdman is gonna play this one off the crossbar. It's gonna leave Parks back by himself, but he deals with it well. Here goes Palace in the ugliest decal in the game. Not a Vitality fan, sorry. We've got the NA bias over here in the casting booth.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the only European teams that Gen G seems to at least do half decent against. But this is going to be a pretty big game if you're EC Defiance. Going down 2-0 against a team with Palace, with Devon's going to be really, really tall task. So if you're EC Defiance, this is a game that you have to have in order to win this series.
Yeah, 100%. I think the rotations just got to be cleaned up a little bit. You can tell they're starting to be a little bit smoother here. 1 minute into game 2, and so that's of course kept that's keeping Los Verdes off the scoreboard, but it's not really limiting, or it's not really giving yourselves any chances as Park's going to kind of move in. Can he get another touch? It's actually going to be a backwards touch, but throw Devon off just slightly, because that's going to be a really key boost steal, the mid boost, but it's going to stall out it again. Bird Nana gets a pass mid, but nobody's there. Yeah, it's just kind of a stalemate right now. Both teams kind of feeling each other out here in game 2.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start for both teams here. Seems like Los Verdes are a little bit more hesitant than they were in the first game. But yeah, a little slow start as we do see a whiff there. Bird Nana again. Man, Bird Nana has been massive for his team. Always covering any misses. Just kind of being always in the right spot for his teammates when they, whenever they fail to be in a spot in which they need to be. I mean, just right there. I mean, that's a perfect example. He's really all over the field right now for Defiance.
It's going to be kind of an awkward touch as Pal's going to get this on target. It's going to be a pass across to Devon. Devon, unfortunately, couldn't quite get there in time. He's going to hit the post, but a boost steal from Devon's going to keep this attack going for Los Verdes. It's going to play it off the backboard. It's going to be a double touch. It's a really, really awkward from everybody here in front of the Defiance goal, but Green Mario is going to clear it out and get it by everybody and maybe spark an attack for Defiance.
Yeah, good touch here from Palace. It should be a rather open net. He does try to go for a double tap or something like that. Kind of a missed opportunity there if you're Austin to get a goal. But yeah, way better from Defiance. You love to see this. It seems like they've been way more composed this game as opposed to game 1, and yeah, a little bit more defensive, not opening up, and yeah, the Austin guys are finding it a little bit harder to score in this game.
And I think that's exactly the type of game you want, as Birdman is going to force a good save out of Devon. But that's the game that you want if you're a Defiance fan. You want these low-scoring games, right? Your rotations are really solid. You're not giving, Los Verdes a lot of attacks. And if you can kind of just get some shots on target as Parks and Birdnana, and now here comes Green Mario, are going to try and get into the attack as Austin is going to clear. But yeah, these low-scoring games are what you want because you're still in these games. Game 1 was a little bit of, kind of got away from them a little bit at the end as Palace is going to follow this up. It's going to bounce off the post and just kind of hang around the middle. Parks is backwards, is going to 50 it clear.
Yeah, we do see a whiff there from Devon, but the whiff turns into a bump, and wow, Palace is right there to take advantage of that bump. And yeah, it's been pretty slow for Los Verdes up until this point, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck whiffing a ball, and it turns into a bump, and that can get your team going. And yeah, 1-0 to Los Verdes.
Yeah, well, we can call that a tactical whiff, maybe, just maybe. We like Devon, so we can call it a tactical whiff. Yeah, it's a tactical whiff into a bump that ended up turning into a goal, of course, for Los Verdes to take the lead in game 2. We'll see how Defiance respond. It is going to be a miss from Bird Nana, and it's going to be a 50 from Parks, but it's going to be really well won by Palace in the end. It's going to lead to another attack for Los Verdes as this ball once again just kind of stalls out in the middle. Devon's going to put this one on target and force an incredible save from Green Mario.
Yeah, actually, ridiculous save. Probably the best save so far today. I mean, that was true. I mean, I think one of his teammates stopped. I think they thought it was a goal, and it just, wow, it was brilliant. And as we speak of goals, David Palace with a nice 50 right over Parks. I don't think Parks expected somebody to challenge him there. It was a very unorthodox challenge, and it resulted in the second goal from Los Verdes.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird challenge. Like, Palace kind of came from his inside out, and the ball just kind of like 50'd on top of Parks' car, and it ended up going right into their net. So, of course, it gets the insurance goal for Los Verdes late in game 2 with about 30 seconds left. If you're a Los Verdes fan, you just got to, well, keep doing that. Just keep scoring goals. Devon is going to get on the score sheet in game 2, and I'll say the nail is placed on the coffin. It's not in yet, but it's placed there.
Yeah, Devon in the Scotland decal, I do believe, with the third goal. And that's kind of something that we spoke about earlier. the ability for Los Verdes to have someone like Devin who can contribute on the offensive side with Palace is going to make this team a way harder out than we saw last season, and we're seeing, yeah, the fruits of how well he's playing so far in the series.
So unfortunately, this game is going to get a little bit away from EC Defiance as Green Mario's going to force a really good save out of Devin. Birdman is going to go up and pancake it on the backboard, but nobody's going to be there to follow up. And as the time ticks down, yep, the nail is in the coffin this time. Palace is going to miss an open net. But what's new? It's a 2-0 lead in the series for Los Verdes. And that's probably one they haven't seen in quite a while.
Yeah, man, I would probably have to, someone would have to fact check me, but I don't think they've had a 2-0 lead in a series. Maybe they have, but if they had, it was very rare. So really, really good to see Los Verdes and Austin come into the season with a bit of a swagger about them. And yeah, 2-0 in the series to Los Verdes.
I don't know what map we're doing, so we're just going to do Manfield Knight, and we're just gonna do that. I think it might be that one, but nonetheless, we're gonna head into game 3 here pretty shortly. And Debit, welcome, brother man, accounting gang. Thanks for tuning in, and of course, yeah, if you've stayed the whole time or even just tuning in, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it, and thanks for bearing with us with these technical difficulties and some game-breaking bugs. Thanks Rocket League. Anyway, yeah, well, I will get my stream sorted out.
We are going to see a substitution here. It does seem like Nose is going to be replacing Green Mario this match, or at least that's what we've been given in the match thread. So let's see if that does end up happening. And maybe that might be the spark that EC Defiance needs to get back in the series.
Yeah, something for sure has to change if you're a Defiance fan and of course on the Defiance team. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna hit spectate. Hopefully I don't crash. Yep. I don't see anything in the match thread. So we're just going to.
I think we're good to go, yeah?
Yeah, I message. Yep, we're good. There we go. Game 3, it is do or die for EC Defiance. They don't want to get swept the first game of, or first series of Season 8. And of course, if you're a Los Verdes fan, you want to sweep. You want to send a message to the rest of the league that says, hey, we're here to play, and last season was a fluke. We're back. But Parks says, wait a second, and gets EC Defiance on the board early in Game 3. Exactly what they needed.
Yeah, this is what you need. You need a player like Palace whiffing a ball there, and just way to be there in terms of, sometimes in Rocket League you can't take advantage of whiffs because you don't expect them, but he was at least there, and yeah, they were rewarded with a goal, and that's exactly the start that you need if you're EC Defiance to start to build some momentum, get the mojo going, get the vibes going, and yeah, try to make this a series.
And of course, yeah, Nose subbing in for EC Defiance. We'll see how that kind of changes things a little bit as Palace is going to get on the end of a Devin pass. And it's going to be leveled up very quickly for Los Verdes. So, of course, they're not going to go quiet. They want to finish this in 3, of course. And they're on Central Time, so they definitely want to end this quick. It's time for bed. It's time for bed for me now, and it's 8:10. As this ball's just going to bounce off the crossbar from Birdman. Nose a little bit slow to get there, as Parks isn't going to quite get the read he wants. Here comes Devin with no boost. Going to try and pop it up over Birdnana, but Birdnana stands strong and gets the save. And here we go with Los Verdes back on attack.
Yeah, LV is really piling up the pressure here. It's going to be up to Defiance to kind of hold this barrage. But yeah, I think Nose, he's had some really good touches so far. I think his introduction to the team has been really good. And yeah, that's a great substitution so far for them in terms of yeah, what they're seeing on the field.
You can tell from an EC Defiance perspective, it's a very calculated approach. It's a very, hey, we're going to wait for the ball to bounce. We know where it's going to bounce, and then we're going to attack, and we're going to get the ball in our car and go. And so I guess if you're LV, you really want to disrupt that as much as you can. As here comes Devin with a pop-up. Can he get the flip? No flip, because this game is trash. That's quite unfortunate. Here comes Papa Cider
You'll,
coming in. That's going to waterfall straight down, and Palace is going to get there. Busted Cider the assist. Palace the goal, and LV have the lead.
Yeah, I was gonna say on Devin's attempt, you always respect any attempts at flip resets. They're very hard to do in the game, and if you go for them, I really applaud that. But yeah, we saw a great waterfall goal there, and Los Verdes are rewarded for the past 30 seconds of pressure with that second and leading goal. Um, let's see if Defiance can find a different level here. It seems like that first momentum they had is dissipating. They really need the goal here in the next few minutes, obviously, to get the momentum back.
Of course, the earlier the better. Burton is going to get a squishy save after the shot from Bustin' Cider. That was incredible. I saw him go for that and thought, he's not going to need that, and Parks is going to cause chaos in front of the net, and Defiance get exactly what they need. They level the game up with just under 3 minutes to play.
Yeah, a squishy save was tremendous. I think he had 0 boost on the squishy save as well. And he gets the goal on the end of that squishy save. So rewarded for a very good mechanical play. And yeah, that's exactly what you need. A big mechanical play that gets the vibes up in chat, that gets the vibes up in the comms. And yeah, they're right back in it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Seattle people here in the chat. We love and appreciate. Well, somebody loves you and appreciates you. I don't, as a Timbers Army fan. As a person, I do. As a streamer, I do. As a Timbers Army fan, I don't. So just keep that in mind. But nonetheless, yeah, Defiance putting on a show here in Game 3, and much needed, of course, as LV are on match point. If LV win this game, they do win the series in a sweep. And of course, Defiance, if they want to keep this series going, they will need a Game 3 win. And of course, it is knotted up with 2 minutes left, and we'll see what happens from here on out.
Yeah, Palace trying to turn on the temperature here for Los Verdes. A little bit more speed out of him is what Los Verdes is going to need here to get that third goal. But man, I really like what I've seen from Defiance in this third game. They've really shown some composure that we just didn't see in games 1 and 2. And yeah, so far it's really working out for them.
And here we go. It's going to be super awkward for Devin. Devin's going to get the save. Burden is going to try and follow it up with the demo. Can't get it to go, but yeah, EC Defiance. You got to get Bird going. Of course, we've talked about Bird across the entire series. He's kind of the guy right now, and kind of doing all the saving and the attacking. Of course, Parks has both goals on the score sheet, so you want to keep him going, as well as Nose is going to get a shot on target. Almost a commentator's curse there. I talk about 2 other people, and of course the third shows up and gets a shot, but this is good pressure from Defiance, and hopefully they can keep this going and maybe steal a game here late in Game 3.
Yeah, Nose Nose has been great. He's had some really good touches. He almost had a flip reset off of that aerial, which would have been a fantastic double touch there. He's been fantastic since he's entered this series, and is that in? Oh no, he saves it. Of course he does.
Oh, but the follow-ups there. Yeah, it was kind of an awkward 50 in the middle, and Nose had a really good save, the first save, but of course Devin was right there to follow it up and give the late lead to LV.
In these first 2 series, we've seen 3 or 4 goals with pinches sort of in that same area. And yeah, it just shows you how dangerous those sorts of balls, especially in 3v3, if you play around with those balls on top of your car, like that's really a pinch just waiting to happen to go into your net. And yeah, there you go. Three goals for Los Verdes as they look to cap off a three-game sweep.
Parks is going to clear this out. It's going to go right to Palace, who changes his name, but we're not going to call him by that because he changes his name all the time in the Discord too. If you know, you know. This Parks is going to clear this
Palace,
out.
notorious trollster, worst shitposter. And right on cue, he does something actually half decent and scores 4-2 to Los Verdes. That might be the nail in the coffin. If you're Defiance here, you really, really, really need a kickoff goal to salvage this Game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. You need the kickoff goal, or a goal with as much time as possible. And of course, I think LV might be hanging back just a little bit. Devin with no boost. Can Bird get this in the middle? He's going to get another touch, but that is going to do it. LV, we're going to have to go back and look at the history books, but that might be their first 3-game sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember them. I think they had maybe one win last season. Um, yeah, wow, great performance from Los Verdes. Devin again showing why he is the difference maker in this Los Verdes team. He just adds a different mechanical element to help Palace David out in the attack. And yeah, great performance by them. Also, EC Defiance in Game 3 really showed us something a little bit different that we didn't really see in Games 1 and 2. So maybe they can work to build on that going forward in the season. But yeah, great series, and yeah, congratulations to the Austin FC Los Verdes.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great performance for them, and of course they've been building this for a while, right? Devin comes in kind of third halfway through the year last season, kind of figuring some things out, and now this season is their chance to really come alive, right? And of course to start with a 3-game sweep, there's really no better way to do that as we see another look at Birdnana's awesome squishy save there in Game 3. But nonetheless, yeah, it is going to be Los Verdes taking the series 3-0. And we are let's just do a nightly recap. Why not, Luis? As we kind of close the stream off here, we started off with an absolute banger. We've got Rebellion, the 3 seed from last year, placing off against ECRC, the 2nd seed. Of course, as we've mentioned before, going to a bracket reset. Both game 7s last season ECRC did, and of course they ended up losing to KC. But a little bit slow start for ECRC, but they got their footing and ended up winning the series.
Yeah, I think we saw two tremendous series tonight to open up our season 8. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody in chat. Really appreciate y'all sticking with us. First stream, there's always going to be hiccups. And then I also want to shout out Rydog as well for stepping up to stream these 2 games. So if everybody could say thank you, Rydog in chat, W Rydogs in the chat would be fantastic. But yeah, overall, 2 great series. We saw one of the favorites, if not the favorite, take a win tonight, and we saw a Los Verdes team in which I didn't expect that sort of performance, and they really came out and showed that they're in for at least a better season than they showed us last season. So again, thank you for everybody for being here. Congrats to the 2 teams that won tonight, and yeah, thank you, Right Dog.
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Luis as well. Let's give some love to Luis as well for coming in. Even though his game was crashing, he was a lovely commentator and of course one of my favorite people in SGL. But that is gonna close it down for tonight. Thank you so much everybody for tuning in. This was a season opener, so thank you for helping us with our Twitch issues and the bugs and all that sort of stuff. So thank you so much for being for participating in chat and letting us figure that out. But we'll smooth those out as the season goes on. And of course, I'm sure when Maz comes back, things will be really smooth. But nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep up to date in the SGL Discord for when the next matches are going to be. I know for a fact that we're trying to get Thursday for Timbers Army Black Army, so hopefully that can happen on Thursday. But yes, definitely check out the SGL Discord and the announcements channel for all the latest and greatest match threads and all that sort of stuff. So signing off for Luis, I'm Rydog. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
Turn toward me, look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie.